Good evening, good evening, good evening. Chocolate flap tap time. Oh,
I'm not angry.
I love that false smile.
I'm not angry.
Oh dear.
Apart from technical issues, how are you doing?
Good, man. Good. Actually. I'll get to the bottom of this eventually.
That's what she said.
Yeah.
Yeah. Evening, William. How you doing?
There, Lisa. I'm waving. Told you. How's it going, Bill?
And how's young Matthew?
Oh, I'm all right, mate. Yeah, same old shit, different week, isn't it? All good.
Yeah.
All good.
All good. Yeah, all good. We're all going to be £500 better off by the end of this Parliament, but all your fucking bills are going up.
200 quid worse off, apparently.
And that's
It's an energy bills are going up.
Yeah, oh God, yeah. And if you own a car, fuel prices are looking like they're going to go up.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Is that an extra five grand on diesel?
Yeah. Yeah.
Extra $5,000 a year on diesel. And you're losing your deductions if you own an electric car.
Yep. Which I actually agree with.
Yeah. They should. I mean, they use it road, so they should be paying road tax from day one.
And the reason we're having issues over here, actually, with the electricity is thanks to the more people buying electric cars.
Mm-hmm.
It's electricity.
There's a lot of them over here. I don't know if you've noticed.
That's what your problem is with your camera. It's not your camera's fucked. It's all these EVs taking charge out.
He's not updated his potato.
Yeah.
Potato.
He's still on last year's crop. You need to update to this year's crop.
Yeah. Yeah. But good news. New Igor single tomorrow.
Cool. Oh, check that out.
The new album.
I hope your computer runs that smoother than it does your camera.
Fuck up, Matt. Don't you dare. If I don't get to listen to this tomorrow, I swear to God, you're going to see me in the news.
There's only Bill daft enough to talk to us.
Well, he's definitely daft.
Yeah, album on the 26th of this September as well.
Cool.
That should be good. Yep. They do some crazy stuff. They really do.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, funnily enough, the new single's called ADHD. So, yeah. The promo picture for it was brains with 4 spider legs just walking down Broadway, New York Broadway. Just a whole troop of brains just walking down Broadway, as you do.
No, I said William. Matt said Bill.
I can address you as William in future if you want.
Yeah, Bill's there. Bill's there.
It's YouTube not letting people watch us. That's what it is.
I see, yeah.
I can't believe it. That's the first I just got adverts on your channel.
Cool.
You're welcome. There's some ad revenue for you.
Yeah, the whole 1 pence.
I'm sure we'll screw that up in a minute.
Hey, listen, still more than what you get on Spotify.
Absolutely.
0.0007 pence per listen.
I know.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of Spotify.
What do you think? What do you think of put on loop or when I'm on work at nights?
Yeah. Man, this is horrible. I feel like I'm back in 2007.
Hey, it could be worse. It could be 1995 walk round video of a guitar show.
Yeah, I've got 1080p, but it's only four frames per second. On Nevermore, I've got a new lineup finally picked.
Oh, yeah, because when he first announced it, the bass player says you weren't participating.
Yep.
Obviously, there's not going to be a Warren there since he's no longer with us.
Don't know. They're being very cryptic about it. Oh, who was it I saw as well? Keith Merrow joined a band. Who was it again?
Oh, I think I saw something about that.
Can't remember, but he's joined a new band anyway. He's a fucking incredible guitarist, him.
Oh, yeah. Well, I saw an advert pop up on Facebook the other day. Violence and Ex-Order playing in Sheffield. Next couple of months. Ooh,
heard Violence for years.
I may be tempted. I think that's only about 25 quid.
I think the last time I listened to them was in the 90s. Fuck off. I'd hate to see you in a fucking crisis, man. I swear to God.
I usually cause them, mate.
I'm dying. I wonder where I could get a heart right now. It must be hard. Just fucking go get me a defibrillator. Do you know defibrillators are really hard to come by?
I don't have a heart. It's gone black and it's in the fridge.
Yep.
I hadn't even looked at any music news this week, to be honest.
Yeah. I've just been picking up wee bits. In proper news, though, rest in peace, Val Kilmer.
Yeah, that is sad.
I saw that earlier.
After recovering from cancer, he got pneumonia.
Mind you, he's not been well for a long time, though, was he?
That's what I was going to say. He had some serious health issues, didn't he?
I mean, although he did get by the cancer, I think it just fucked up his immune system. Hey, D-Dub.
That's the trouble with cancer, though, isn't it? People think it just fucks up that. It fucks up organs. And then the treatment fucks up even more. And it's a fucking evil disease, isn't it? It really is evil.
Yeah, bloody shame. Didn't realise just how much of a Batman fan he was, though.
Yeah.
I just thought he went for the part because it paid. You know, I didn't realise he was an actual fan.
I liked Val Kilmer as Batman. I thought
he was good. He could have been better if it just had just didn't have Joel Schumacher.
You know, when you go through like who's played Batman over the years, and everybody go, "Oh, well, this person's the best." I think they've all been good at different times.
They have.
And Val Kilmer brought something else to it.
Yeah.
Brought class.
I think he did a lot of good parts, to be fair.
Yeah, he did.
I mean, I wasn't over keen on him playing Jim Morrison, I must admit.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't like it because he wasn't. If you were a Jim Morrison fan, he wasn't. there was a lot of inaccuracies in that film.
Probably
Yeah,
just
but
down
were
to
that down
direction.
to him or were that down to Oliver Stone?
Yep, that's what I was thinking.
That's very true, mate. But at the same time, if I take that side out of it, I actually still enjoyed the film, so I can't have disliked him that much.
Well, I mean, put it this way: if you look away from the screen, you would swear it was him singing. It was Jim Morrison, but it wasn't. That was him. That was all him.
I mean, his voice was really good in it as well.
He'd done his homework. He really fucking did.
And then,
That's the tragedy of him losing his voice, you know, because he had an incredible voice.
Who also said we've had mid-roll ads?
The hell?
Yep.
I think that's. I think that's a new thing that YouTube's putting out.
Does that mean if I can refrain from doing anything political or swearing for the next few hours, which could happen, it could.
You're too late. I've already swore. This is the risk of having a Scotsman on the show. You know you're going to lose your ad revenue in the first 30 seconds.
Well, that's it. You've got an Irishman, a Scotsman, and a Yorkshireman. There's going to be some fucking swearing somewhere.
Or the start of a really bad joke.
But yeah, I was reading though the reason why those Batman movies, Val Kilmer's and George Clooney's, were so bad is because Joel Schumacher actually done that deliberately. He wanted it. He grew up watching the Adam West series, and he thought that's what Batman is.
Yeah,
not realizing it's evolved. By the time he was getting to direct, and he just thought, well, I'm going to do the Batman I want. Let's piss on all the fans, fuck it. This is my Batman. Yeah. So that's basically what he done. But
with the first two films, when Michael Keaton got announced as Batman, I was like, really? Yep. But then when you watched that first one, it was like, he fucking did that really well.
Yep.
He did.
Yep. I mean, Clooney and Val Kilmer were both really good. I've said this before, but Clooney, for me, out of the three of those older movies, no harm to Michael Keaton, he was my Batman, but Clooney, if he had a better script, a better director, I reckon he would have taken that title as best Batman. He played the three different parts properly. Bruce Wayne, the billionaire playboy, the public that everybody loves and is such an outgoing character, man, and then the tortured in between Bruce Wayne, doesn't know who he is.
Yeah.
Done all three.
What do you think of the latest one, though, with Patterson?
Loved it.
Not watched it.
I absolutely loved it.
I wanted to hate it because it was him. But he was actually...
Love him or hate him, Pattinson is actually an incredible actor. Forget about Twilight, because that's just something that he'd done to get the money, to get recognised.
And were you there, Bill?
But he's done some fantastic parts. And I thought
Wonder Woman.
That version of Batman is Batman because they got the detective.
Yeah.
And that's what he's supposed to be. He's supposed to be the greatest detective the world ever knew. He's Sherlock Holmes in a bat costume, basically.
Condor, man. Oh, for fuck's sake.
The next one sounds interesting, though. The next one's going to be... A lot of it I've heard is going to be taking place in Arkham Asylum, which is going to lead into an Arkham Asylum TV series.
I'll tell you one of the biggest disappointments.
Clayface was supposed to be the original villain of this one. He's actually getting his own movie.
Yeah.
Which I thought was a strange one, but fair enough.
Biggest disappointment probably for me was the character of Bane, played by Tom Hardy. Love Tom Hardy. I think he's really good.
Yeah.
But the whole Bane character, it isn't.
That wasn't Bane.
Bane, Bane was totally superhuman.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Although I will say, if you haven't watched it yet, go and watch Mobland, the new Tom Hardy.
It's on my playlist.
It's good.
Although as bad as he was as Bane, he's still not as bad as fucking Schwarzenegger as Iceman.
Oh,
Mr. Freeze.
Take Woodies and call me in the morning.
Well, that's just Schwarzenegger playing.
Oh, what are you doing to me, Lisa? You mentioned her. Oh, she was born to play that role. She was born to play that. Hey, Block.
Block, how you doing, bud?
If you're going to go on the Harley Quinn thing, what about Black Widow? We'll say no more on that.
As well, my cat cuts off right where it does. Yep. Pause for contemplation.
I often have when I've watched it, paused it.
Yeah, Lisa. Pfeiffer as Catwoman.
Oh dear.
Good Lord.
That could cause a small crisis, that could.
Do you know she trained so hard for that fucking movie that see the first time you see her as Catwoman when she breaks into the mall and she's using the whip to whip the heads off of the mannequins. He done that in one take, first time. That's how fucking well she trains for that.
Hey, Bill, you can't say you're 3 old men. You're older than us, so.
Yep.
He's older than us put together.
It was a movie made about Bill recently, wasn't there? Nosferatu.
Bloody hell.
Oh, God, Block.
No.
Sorry, I'm really sorry to hear that, buddy.
Sending love, dude. Sending love. That's the best way to look at it, Block. That's the best way.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yes.
I see when my mum passed away. That's all we did. We just talk about the happy times and all times she went off pissing people off.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yep.
We said about this, my show about how you like prepare yourself. You know if something's coming bad like that. It doesn't matter how much you prepare yourself. You cannot prepare yourself. It's not possible. It's just.
It's not.
No. It's horrible.
No, and when my mum passed away, it was like, she'd been ill for a long time. We knew she could go at any time, but nah. I mean,
the worst bit about it now, Brock, you've got all the paperwork and all of the. I don't know what it's like over there. You've got all of that stuff to deal with.
It's an absolute nightmare over here.
And some of the people over here that you deal with in authority. Yeah. What a bunch of wankers.
Yep. Oh, yeah. I were in that angry stage for absolutely months.
Yeah.
Anybody that said wrong thing, I would have just ripped their heads off.
That's part of the process, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, that's one hang block.
At least you got most of that sorted out now that way.
You'll have time to take some time for yourself.
Yeah, definitely. That's what you need.
And don't let anybody do grieving only takes blah 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 6 weeks.
No.
It
takes however fucking long it takes.
Yep, exactly. It affects everybody differently.
Yes. Exactly.
We're not all the same fucking brain shared. So of course we're going to do it different.
Exactly.
That means different times.
Yeah.
People understand that, and if they don't, well, fuck them.
Oh, we'll have to go through all that when my dad passes away. Block. I think he's got at least 2 safes and also stashed all over the house.
Jeez.
Yeah. Now I understand. Yeah. Same with my grandparents passed away.
And like Lisa said, some grief, it never goes. It'll stay.
Yeah, that is well D-dub. I was really close with my granda. Nana and Papa, we called them, but
yeah,
they were really close.
It's never a good time.
Yep.
Sometimes that helps, Bill, to be honest, because you're so busy doing it, you don't get to think about the bad stuff. It makes it easier.
It's funny you saying that because my mum was just talking about that the other day. She was talking about my nana was my mum's mum, obviously, and we were talking because I'm having a bit of bother recently in the family and just saying about how certain people were dealing with losing at my nana, and he was saying, but it's one of those things. You never stop. You never stop. Like Lisa says, you never stop grieving. You just learn to deal with it and think less about the negative, and you think more of the positive. But the grief is still there. It just turns into, I wish they were still here.
Yeah. Or you might be doing something, whatever, or thinking something totally different, and then something will just happen and it'll just remind you.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
We've just had Mother's Day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's funny you saying about reminding things reminding you of them, because one of my mum's cats reminded me of my nana. She just had this really, really stern, disapproving look constantly. That's the thing, my nana. I think I was talking about her in the last show. Like she was a bar woman. When she worked, she was a bar woman. So she was off as nails. I mean, she had sovereign rings on every one of her fingers. Wasn't for decoration.
Yeah.
Put it that way. Swear to God, she loved us to bits, though. You know what I mean? She would have done anything for anybody, but you never fucked with her.
No.
And you could easily tell when she was in a bad mood. I mean, when she was in a good mood, her smile would light up the fucking room. It really would. She had a fucking beautiful smile. But holy fuck, when she was pissed off, you knew. And that's what reminded me. This cat just reminded me of her because she had the same. You know, that kind of, you're about to get fucking decked. That kind of look.
You've done something wrong. I'm not know what it is, but you've fucking done something wrong.
That's way right. My uncle was getting bother from one of his teachers in primary school. He came home crying at lunchtime. They stayed literally, they lived literally around the corner from the school. So he would go home for lunch. He goes home for lunch this day. And he was, I don't know if he was crying or if he was just in a really foul mood. My nana says, "What's wrong?" He's like, "Such and such," whatever the teacher was called, is picking on me. And because he was left-handed, I think it was. You know, they used to, this is the last of the generation that, you know, the really nasty punishment was used.
Yeah.
And they would literally come up any time they caught him using his left hand, they would smack him in the back of the hand with a ruler or a cane, and cut him to use his right hand. So he's ambi now. Still favours the left, but he's ambi.
Yeah.
And no, another ad. But he was like, "Oh, is that right? Is that right? All right, okay, finish your lunch." Finish his lunch. Walked round to the school with him. Bell rings. Everybody's going into class. She walks into the class with him. Doesn't even say hello to the teacher. Doesn't say a fucking word. Decks him. Knocked him cold. She was a barmaid in Partick, where Billy Connolly and Jerry Rafferty used to drink, and I believe John Martin as well. Yeah, she was not to be fucked with. He knew some really shady characters.
Well, yeah, it's Partick.
I remember we were having bother with my dad. Not going to go into that, but when we had bother, she was like, "I'd sort that out for you if you want." Like, no, it's okay. We've got it in hand, thanks. Exactly what she meant. She was like Fat Tony from The Simpsons, you know, like, "I could arrange to have him done in." No, that's okay.
Well, it looks like we've had more adverts then.
Oh, yeah. I just skipped it. Yeah, that's the second in the space of not even 45 minutes.
Nope.
That's a half hour. We've had 2 adverts.
And that's not me. I didn't put the adverts on.
No, I know. That is, like Lisa said, that's just YouTube being greedy bastards. They should be allowed to do that, though. I mean, you're over the 1,000 mark, aren't you, Lee?
Yeah.
You should leave it down to the actual channel holder who you want ads to roll. You know, like, you can switch off. You can do this in Twitch, as far as I know. You used to be able to do it on YouTube. Like, you could still monetize certain videos, so the ads would roll certain videos, but you could choose for a live stream, turn them off. So clearly they've done away with that.
Yeah, I think they put something out.
Cheers, badass.
Cheers, badass. Yeah, I'm sure they put something up a few weeks back saying that they were automatic. They're going to put automatic ads in, but I didn't know it were going to be on live streams and all.
Shocking. You know why this is? It's because they've rolled out 4K for everybody now. It's just to cover their fucking upgrading the systems, which they're not going to do. They're just going to flick a switch and leave it.
Yep.
Don't remember the last time I had a fucking update for YouTube.
Well, you don't want it to be in it because everything I films is fucking 1080p. Or, sorry, when we do that, go out doing the vlogs, I do that in 4K, but I still render it, I still edit it in 1080.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it would take, you would need a really, really good GPU.
Yeah.
To render in the same around about the same length of time as a 1080. You could do it, but I mean, no point, because I'm kind of being selfish in saying this, but I mean, there's no point in me doing 4K because I've not got 4K monitors.
Nah.
Most people don't.
No.
Most people ain't got 4K eyesight, more to the point.
Exactly.
Aye, well, this is true. I was laughing at something I saw the other day. There's a company that's going beyond 8K, and I'm like,
why?
The human eye can only see up to 8K.
You know, what's the name of the company? The people who do red cameras. The first people who came out with the 8K video camera.
Yeah.
They've now upped it. They're going to 16K.
Oh, is it Blackmagic?
Blackmagic.
Blackmagic, yeah.
Yep.
They're going to 16K.
There's no fucking point.
No. What the fuck?
Like I said, they've worked it out. The human eye can only see up to 8K, so what's the fucking point?
If we do a show for, like, let's say 3 hours in 16K, what the fuck are you going to store it on?
Well, I mean, the thing is, I was watching Ola on Sunday, you know, his Sunday stream that he always does.
Yeah.
And he made a good point. He's upgrading to 8K. He just got himself an 8K camera. Yeah, and at first I was sitting thinking, like, but why? YouTube only goes to 4. Then he made a good point. It means that if you're using 4K, as soon as you start zooming in, you're no longer at full 4K. Every time you zoom on a subject, you start losing resolution.
True.
So 16, yes, it would be good for like film, movies, you know, fair enough. Because then if you're zooming in on anything, you're still keeping that full 8K resolution. Yeah. But if you're just sitting like we are right now, there's no point, because how often do we zoom, if at all? You know, okay, I could do that.
I wish you would.
But that's not 1080p anymore by doing that.
No, it's not.
No.
Hey,
if it was at 4K,
evening, Captain.
When I zoom in, it's at 10.
How's Seaman Stains?
And masturbate.
Is he still Roger in the cabin boy?
Yeah. It's just getting silly now. I mean, but I suppose, like, as I said, for moving stuff and movies, that kind of thing, vlogs, if you're going to be zooming in on stuff in post, it's handy having more.
Yeah.
I mean, it's true what Block said. If you've got like 85-inch screens, monitors, things like that, you're going to 85. Then 8K, yeah, okay.
Yep.
But otherwise, no.
I mean, 4K now.
Half the time, people are just watching YouTube on these.
Yeah.
So what?
Well, yeah, but Samsung, did you notice, just to use that dirty word, Samsung made a big point that they came out with the latest Samsung
Okay,
phone.
he didn't mean it.
Just wait for the abuse.
Oh, I'm going to get abuse for this one. They came out with the latest phone saying it can record in 8K. It's on a phone, you idiots. Who's going to be recording 8K on their phone?
A lot of people actually do. Believe it or not.
Why?
There's a lot of vloggers use their phones. For a wee while, Grim was actually using his phone.
Yeah.
Fair enough, it was an iPhone, but it was like the top of the range, so it was like full 4K.
Yeah, but I had this argument with somebody on the Misfit show about iPhones. Them saying, "Oh, I've got the latest iPhone and it does 8K and it does this and does that." I said, "Yeah, and the camera lens on it is shit."
Mm-hmm.
I said, "The lens in your phone is absolute shit. If you want true, really good pictures and really good image quality, there's only one more thing to do, and that's buy decent camera lenses."
Yeah.
They should actually have a decent lens on phone cameras, but have the option to have proper, like you say, proper lenses that you can attach.
Yeah.
Because like I said, more people are actually using their phones for the like of vlogging. Dogging.
That'd be just
it would be handy.
Else the likes of Apple and Samsung to charge yet more money for the latest phone, won't it?
Yeah, of course it is.
I mean, one of the best phone cameras I ever owned was the Nokia N95. It was the one that looked like it was about that thick. It was one of the first phones with stereo speakers. And the music played through this thing, it was like a ghetto blaster of the time.
Yeah.
It's that good. The camera, though, holy fuck, the camera had a macro lens built in. And it was a Carl Zeiss lens was on this fucking phone.
Yep, I had one as well.
Only back in early 2000s, and it was only like nearly a couple of £100.
They're a great phone.
Carl Zeiss lens. Oh, it was fucking immense. One of the first phones as well that had like full camera functionality, like you could go in and you could adjust exposure, ISO, all that kind of shit. The Ericssons were good. The first of the Sony Ericsson phones was really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Sony sort of took over.
Mm-hmm.
And surprise, surprise, it all went to shit.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Don't like Sony products.
I mean, that little camera that we've got for doing vlogs. Yeah.
Using a bike, Lisa, that's an expensive fucking phone. That's the one I actually wanted, but there's no way I was paying the contract prices for it at the time.
Yeah, we got them second hand off from CEX.
Right. That's the thing, Block. Their actual cameras, Sony's cameras, are actually fucking top notch.
Yeah.
And I've got the A500 there, and it's still a beast of a fucking camera.
They are. They're really good.
A5000, sorry. Did I say A500?
Yeah, you did.
I know what you meant.
A5000. 5.1. It's just sitting gathering dust as well.
I just don't think any phone can compete with a decent digital camera. I'm sorry. It just doesn't work.
Not a proper one, no.
Hey, for the price we paid for that little camera that we do vlogs with, I'm really happy with that.
Yeah, they come out well.
To say it's what, half the price at DJI ones. I mean, yeah, it's not quite as good a quality as DJI ones, but it's not far off. It's not bad at all.
You're not paying the price, though. That's the point.
Exactly. I mean, yeah, I've got the DJI drone, but it's not the top end either on that. It's just the Mini 4K that we've got.
Yeah.
But that's still a bloody good camera on that.
Oh, aye. The DJI ones are really good. I really like that camera though, Block. The only thing that I could say about it is the focus is decent, but it's not quick. Not super quick. And the focus on this is actually better than the Sony. Not at the moment, though.
When the firmware works.
Aye. Oh, your camera's not working properly. You need a firmware update for it to work properly, and it still doesn't fucking work.
And that's why I'll stick to webcam when we do we fucking streams.
This is a webcam.
All right.
Shut up. Need to actually rig the other two cameras up. I've got the Sony A5000 and I've got the G7X3. That's a good camera. G7X3. Focus on it's really quick. Only downside, can't get lenses for it.
So I did think about hooking these Canon ones up and using them as webcams, but I just fuck it, just buy a webcam. Saves prattling about.
Yeah.
Installing capture cards and what have you.
Well, if you use OBS, you don't need the capture cards. Hook it up and just record through it. Unless you want the raw file. In which case, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a definite difference in quality, though, Stevie, between high-end lenses on a phone and high-end lenses on a camera.
Oh, yes.
A lot of difference.
Yep.
Don't get me wrong, some of the phones you can get good pictures of, but...
I miss having a DSLR. Because obviously I used to do the macro photography.
For coils. Coil Porn by Big G.
Yep. Made my fair share. Some of the coils were damp.
Coil's always better when it's moist.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I pay stupid money for lenses.
Yes.
That's the thing. When I was doing the macro, a lot of the guys were getting proper macro lenses. I got a couple of can't remember what you call them. They were basically rings. Adapters. Adapters. What you done was you got a normal zoom lens, decent zoom lens, which were cheap enough, and flip it round, and that's it. You've got a macro lens.
Yep.
Done all my stuff with it. Some of the guys went ridiculously fucking expensive in their lenses.
Oh, lenses.
Lenses that were up to and over $1,000, and then you had what was his name? Mind. Huey. German guy, Huey. Mind Forge,
yeah. Do you know, all I had in my head was a picture of his bottle that Jane did.
Aye. Yep. He done he went like over and above. He went and got a microscope objective lens, and it cost him a fucking fortune. And then 2 or 3 months later, he disappeared from the coil fucking industry. I don't know what he's doing now. I think he actually did go and do professional photography.
He's doing all macro stuff like insects and close-ups of insects, like a bee's eye.
That's why I haven't seen it.
Yeah, he's doing some really good stuff, but it's like
I'm sure he does.
But fuck me, did he spend some money?
There's a couple of my old coil building buddies that switched to doing that, and I had to stop following them because every time I went to go onto Instagram, I'd be like, arachnophobia would get the better of me. I'd be flicking through and I'd be like, Jesus, and you're like throwing my fucking phone. Like close up with a fucking big tarantula. All fucking 20 million eyes just staring at you. I'm contemplating fucking setting my phone alight.
Hey, DW, he's gone back to talking about musical stuff.
Oh, fun!
For fuck's sake, what do you think this is?
Nice.
Very Scottian. Jackson.
Very Scottian.
Yes. Yes, it's very purpley with a nice reverse pointy headstock.
Nice. Oh yeah, they're still out there, Block.
Well, like I kept telling D-Dub, he'll find one day, and eventually he did.
I'd love to get a new guitar. That one's done me a good run, but I don't know. It's a bit of a piece of shit, if I'm honest. Doesn't hold tuning too well.
Yeah.
Have I got blood under my fingernails?
What you fancying?
You want to be careful of that. If you've got blood under your fingernails, CSI find out, mate. They can find out.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, fucking hell, you'll be having Grissom after you.
Oh, that's why. Scratch my leg.
I'm glad he said leg. And anyway.
Oh. No, I don't know what I'm thinking. Maybe there was a court I was looking at a while back. It was an 8-string.
Yeah. Yeah, I've seen that one. I think it's
at 300 or 400.
That 7-string I've got. That court.
It's a nice colour as well. I really like colour. The only thing that kind of put me off was the headstock, but
I don't mind.
As I mentioned before, court are fantastic though.
Only thing is with that green, with that court of mine being green, doing stuff in front of green screen.
Yeah. Thankfully, I don't do green screen, but yeah.
It'll end up just look like you're playing with yourself again.
Yeah. No, you're there.
I agree with you about that, Block. Destroying guitars is as bad as destroying books. Yeah, I agree.
Yep.
Oh, there's another advert. Ads incoming, folks.
So fucking 3 in a fucking hour. Jesus wept.
We should start giving abuse to Block. Tell us when the advert's on and I'll start giving him abuse and he won't know what I'm saying.
That's them as bad as TV now.
Yeah.
It depends what books you read in Block, to be honest. I do like reading myself. I just haven't done much of it lately.
I don't have the attention span.
See, Block spoiled it for me. I couldn't abuse him with the adverts.
It would need to be something I am really, really interested in for me to finish a book.
Yeah, I've got like that.
Very few books.
What's the last book? Last book I read was one of Billy Connolly's. I've read all his books now. I like all of Billy's books.
Yeah, read most of Dan Brown's books.
They're good. Really good books.
I think there was only one that I didn't read. The Great Dune trilogy, I couldn't put that down.
That's a phenomenal book set.
Yep. And I remember my uncle saying, you're going to find that a hard read because the first half of the first book, which is the biggest of them all,
it is hard to get
mostly political explanations.
Yeah, but once you get into it.
Yep. Hey, Tyler.
We've got the Amish mafias here.
He's in his bunker, Tyler.
All right, Tyler. How you doing?
There's another writer that I get quite into. He's actually the producer of. Do you remember the movie with Samuel L. Jackson and Robert Carlyle, 51st State?
Oh yeah.
What a film that was! That was a great film.
Well, the producer, Stel Pavlo.
Yeah.
Actually went and turned author. And he does some incredible books. I think he's only had probably 3 books out so far.
Tyler,
his first two books, they were another couple of books that I couldn't put down.
You don't want to know where Tyler puts the eggs to smuggle them. That's all I'm saying.
Well,
don't ask.
But always say he has to sit down very, very carefully.
Yes.
See, it depends how they're inserted into said place.
I don't want to know how they're inserted. I don't want a video, thank you, Tyler.
If they're inserted in a certain way, they can withstand quite a bit of pressure. I learned it from a science show before you ask.
I was going to say, what videos have you been watching again?
That was actually on, remember Brainiac? Richard
Oh,
Tyler.
yeah.
The longitudinal
That's where I learned that from.
It's incredibly strong.
Mm-hmm.
I've just got a vision of Tyler bending over, his missus holding an egg with a mallet.
On the count of three, love.
Yeah, but the mallet's for his head.
Four eggs fit in a rubber. Really, Tyler?
Whoa, Tyler.
Okay.
Look, I'm going to push it out a bit here. If you're into that type of thing, Tyler, there are safer options for you. You can get things called anal beads. Okay. If you really want to go down that road.
Just go and look on lovehoney.com.
Tyler, you worry me at times. You really do.
Oh, that could be the sequel. Rita Sue and Tyler too.
Same here, Lisa. It's the only reason I have Amazon Prime. The odd bit of TV's a good bonus, but
Block and I seem to be thinking on the same wavelength, which could be catastrophic.
Could be an egg-tastrophe.
It could be extremely bad. Cue all the bad jokes.
What we need to do is send Tyler a link to Rita Sue and Bob 2 and just watch his head explode. Trying to understand it.
I love that film. I really do.
Awesome.
It's so now. The thing is now it is so politically incorrect, isn't it? It's so correct. It's brilliant.
Oh yeah, they couldn't make it nowadays.
Racism, sexism, fucking hell, it's got it all, hasn't it?
Yeah. Go on, get him up, Manningham.
But it's funny.
It's hilarious. Exactly, bloke.
Hey, Craig.
Evening, Craig. How you doing, bud?
Yeah, Craig had a bit of good news on his son. His son's got into college.
Nice.
Well, I hope he's going to keep his shirt on in college.
I doubt it.
We can't do it on stream.
Isn't that the point in going to college or uni?
Well, yeah. Get drunk and do things that your dad shouldn't know about. And...
Yeah. Oh, God, no again.
Imagine, it's only going to be the same over here fucking next year with these wankers.
Yeah, I've already seen it.
It all depends. Might trigger maybe a general election this year, we'll see. I think it's coming.
If that happens, though, do you think Starmer's going to try and bring in a law to stop us having an election? Is he going to go down that route? Because I think
he can't.
Evening, Martin.
Evening, Martin.
Hey, Martin.
Yep.
No, you can't. I know Trump's basically trying to do it, but I mean, it's never going to happen.
I think he'll try.
Elections are basically a right.
And I said before the show, as much as I disagree with nearly everything Trump does and says, I've actually got to agree with what Trump said about he's not dealing with Starmer until Starmer gives us free speech back in this country. It comes to something when it comes down to somebody like Trump.
I've got to laugh at that, though.
It's just... I mean, speech has never been free, has it?
No.
Got to laugh though.
We've got freedom of expression over here, but blah blah, whatever.
Yeah, just now. I mean, I've got to laugh. Now. Trump saying he's not dealing with Starmer until he brings back free speech here. And yet, whenever somebody tries to ask him ask Trump a question that he doesn't like or agree with, blanks them and doesn't even allow them to finish the question. How's that free speech?
Oh, yeah. Martin, I keep telling you, you do not want me as Prime Minister. It would be a disaster.
We haven't had free speech since social media.
If I became Prime Minister, there'd be a lot. I would change a lot of things, a hell of a lot.
I mean, it'd be nice for Starmer to actually fucking answer a question.
Yeah.
I mean, I filled my bingo card up, Christ knows how many times, with £22 million black hole, building back better. We're for the working people. We've only been in 9 months.
Even his backbenchers are turning their back on him.
Yeah.
That's why I think there's going to be a general election this year.
I don't think there'll be a general election, but I think they'll get shut at him. He'll be gone by the end of the year.
Yeah, but who's going to take his place? Rachel from accounts?
No, even better. We might get David Lammy in power.
Oh, Christ.
See what I mean? The front benchers are the problem.
They didn't want it fucking Labour Party, but
I honestly don't know who would we end up with? I dread to think.
Because I think our local MP would do it rounds. I think it were on Sunday. He would doing all media rounds. And I listened to a couple of interviews in it with your typical fucking Labour, fucking just word salad.
Mm.
Bullshit. Yeah. Bullshit. Yeah. No, Stevie, you are not being in charge of the money. Fuck's sake.
Hey, it could be Ministry of Transport. Or even better, Ministry of Silly Walks.
Well, he's got that.
I used to have that as a tie. That used to be my office tie. Ministry of Silly Walks. It was the best tie I ever owned. And it got nicked, believe it or not. That's how good it was.
Bastards.
Bill can be in charge of Ministry of Health.
Exactly. No, everyone about earlier. There you go. You've got your health secretary.
What, Craig? Oh, God.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Martin, they're already discussing freezing Pip as well.
Yep. That's going to be
the only time it'll ever increase is in relation to cost of living. It'll never go up.
Even though the members of Parliament have given themselves a pay rise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're allowed to stay 2 different homes.
Yep.
Second home paid for.
Yep.
They also get hotels paid for.
Yep.
You can also claim any expenses back as well. We're expected to do ourselves, so.
I want to be buying stuff out of Holland and Barrett's and claiming it back on expenses.
Tyler, no. Bill is not being Minister of Nurses. That brings a whole new meaning to hands-on.
Pretty much, Block, pretty much.
Well, certain members of Parliament were buying things from Ann Summers' shops, weren't they?
Yeah.
And
visiting a certain Cynthia Payne regularly.
Yep.
It's getting ridiculous, man. It was a good meme that I saw yesterday, and it was no April Fool's jokes today, folks. This past year is a joke enough. It's funny enough, or something like that. The reality we're living in is a joke enough. That was it.
Yeah. Do you know, it's true.
No, block. You don't want to see Bill dressed as a nurse.
I don't know, maybe it's just age making me more cynical or more analytical, I don't know, but the whole politics thing, like, I just see too much dodgy dealings, like even this whole fucking situation with Tesla cars getting vandalised and all the rest of it. I honestly think that this is a scam. Is what happened with the stocks in Tesla. They rose. Who's Trump's best buddy?
Yep.
And the stocks raised, did they?
Thing is, there's all these people going out causing damage to all these Teslas. It's not affecting Musk one bit. It's the poor buggers that's already bought the cars.
Oh, I know. But I mean, what I'm saying though is, it's a bit strange though that how all of this is actually increasing the price.
Yeah.
The price of the stocks. So folks that already had stocks in Tesla are now getting richer. Oh, exterminate. I just think that's strange. Yeah. Just need to wait and see what happens. But I honestly don't think Dharma's going to be in power for long.
Yeah.
That is both welcome and worrying at the same time. Actually, Martin, it was modelled on Elon Musk's beach bod. It's been proven. Google that shit. Cybertruck, Elon Musk beach bod. You'll thank me later. Maybe. Speaking of the dwarf, though, filming is starting soon for the 3-part special that's coming out next year.
Cool.
More Red Dwarf. See, this is the thing, Block. It's not, like Lee said, it's not their fault. I mean, on paper, Cybertruck is actually a decent car. On paper. In reality, it's a piece of shit. But I could see why so many people went for it, because they're thinking, oh, well, it's supposedly a better economical car, and it's one of the safest. Oh. It's not their fault. They're stupid enough to buy one.
I just won't buy an electric car, full stop.
It's not a good time to own one, especially over here.
Electric cars do not work currently.
Especially all these people in Porsche Taycans, I mean tin cans.
They're not environmentally friendly to build. That's the irony. They're one of the more polluting cars to build.
Yeah.
Hydrogen. That's the way to go. Hydrogen power.
It is, but in 10 years' time, when the costs have come down.
See, Locke agrees. We're both in the same wavelength.
That's scary.
But not for another probably 10 years.
Here's the thing, though, Block. Yes, nuclear power is scary, but actually, these days, very, very safe, so long as guidelines, safety protocols are followed. These days, very safe. And cleaner. The energy is cleaner to produce.
Methane power, Tyler, has been used for cars before, actually. Yeah,
I could fuel a car myself.
Well, with all the eggs that Tyler's using, by the sounds of it, so could he. But, you know,
I'm surprised Tyler's not using moonshine.
Now, hang on. It kind of is a tinfoil hat moment, but it isn't at the same time because this is a reality, right? Tinfoil hat. You know what I'm talking about, Matt. Malcolm Bendall, thunderstorm generator, right? One of the side effects that they found that it seemed to be converting normal emissions from 0 point through a 0 point energy field. 0 point energy is something that, for at least the past 100 years, that scientists have been trying to tap into, because essentially, as the name implies, 0 point, you're getting energy from literally nothing. So it's something that scientists have been trying to develop for at least 100 years. He seems to have stumbled upon it by accident as a side effect of his generator. The generator, basically, what it does is it can take any emission, like fuel emissions. So you get carbon monoxide as an exhaust. You fit on one of these names. He needs to come up with a better name, because the name alone sounds like a fucking conspiracy. Thunderstorm generator. You could come up with something decent, but it's a real thing, because this is actually it's been getting a pilot scheme over in England, in Milton Keynes. There was a factory plant was using it on their generators.
Yeah.
So it works. It's been proven to work. The guy tied up a diesel exhaust to this generator, the thunderstorm generator, and it was producing to 28%, I believe, percent oxygen. That was the exhaust from carbon monoxide. It reconverted carbon monoxide to pure oxygen somehow. Sounds like alchemy. This is a real fucking thing, and it works. The point where the guy actually goes, okay, there's no fucking funny business going on here. This is pure oxygen. I'll show you. And he gets an exhaust pipe from the thunderstorm generator and starts huffing it. After they've tested it with a meter, of course, to see how much oxygen was being produced. That level of oxygen, now, one of the most purest places on Earth for oxygen is Austrian Alps. That's apparently where some of your most oxygen plentiful areas are, is in the Austrian Alps. This is producing more, that the exhaust from this generator was producing more oxygen than that. So it's actually safer to be breathing the exhaust from the thunderstorm generator and going to the Alps. And this is a fact. This thing's real. To the point where the guy just went, I know that this is going to cause havoc with the motor industry and, energy industry, so I'm not going to profit from it. He put it on open source. Put it out as open source. He's not making a fucking penny off it. And folk are already developing converters for cars, really small, apparently. So easy to fit. You can scale these devices up or down as needed. So you could scale up to the size of a nuclear power plant, no longer have damaging emissions from a nuclear power plant. Methane plants as well, coal fucking burning plants, same goes. You could scale it up for that. No more emissions. Doesn't matter. Apparently, it does not matter what type of fuel you're using. As long as it has an exhaust, this thunderstorm generator will convert that exhaust into nothing but oxygen somehow. And it seems to be in relation to a 0 point field. So now that he seems to have found it.
We could get one of these small enough and shove it up the arse of a cow, and we won't have to feed them both here.
Pretty much. Apparently, yes. Any kind of emission.
Leave the cows alone like they've been for thousands and thousands of years.
He won't. That's the thing. He can't, because it's open source. He's just created it, but by not. So, Martin, basically, by him deciding to not go ahead and develop this any further himself, he built a prototype, done all the development, the engineering, the blueprints, blah, 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 how it works, why it works, applications. And instead of going to a company and saying, I want to sell this, in which case it would have been whacked, he's put it out on the internet as open source, so anyone can do this. Anyone can go online and build this generator. Anyone.
What the big fuel companies won't like and governments won't like is it takes control away from them.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it's all about, is that control, isn't it? This
is the thing, though. Open source, they can't do a fucking thing about it. Except censor them on social media, which they have, because you will not see any of his. I mean, this is essentially. I mean, I'm not like a scientist, obviously. Not that scientifically clued up. And no major breakthrough when I see one. And this is life-changing and world-changing, this technology.
Yeah.
Especially environmental, is huge. You will not see any of his stuff being pushed on any social media, which it should be, if you ask me. You need to actually go online and do a deep dive. Not a deep dive. You just Google it and it'll come up. Go on YouTube, Malcolm Bendall, double L at the end. Thunderstorm generator, you'll see it coming up. But it's sad that you have to actually go looking for it and it's not being shouted from the rooftops. Because they've done it. That plant in Milton Keynes is producing pure oxygen now from their exhausts. Caterpillar, I did hear. Caterpillar, I have heard Caterpillar are looking to implement his stuff into their generators and engines. So good on Caterpillar.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hope it works. I hope it works for them.
But but you're not a government talking about it, because it'll go against Red Ed and his fucking wind farms.
Oh God. Fucking wind farms.
Fucking Millerman playing a fucking ukulele in front of a fucking wind farm. What a fucking pillock.
It won't go too far, Martin. That is sad. That is. But I mean, the fact that you've got somebody as big as Caterpillar that are going to be implementing it in the future, near future, they're talking. They are massive.
Very hopeful.
I mean, they are industry standard for construction.
Yeah.
Worldwide. Farming as well. So
I hope that it does get off the ground. I really do. I'd like to see zero emissions. Yeah, zero emissions would be great.
But I mean, what I was originally talking about, though, the energy factor. A lot of people have looked into it, and it seems to work by using a 0 point field. And the fact that he's actually found that now, though, 0 point field, they reckon they might eventually be able to tap into that as a source of energy as well. So you're getting a twofold benefit from using the generator. You're not only converting the emission, but you're also you're drawing energy from nothing.
Even free.
Right?
It would be nice. It would be nice if it was to work and it was to happen. But the motor industry, the way it is.
Again, that's one area where you will not see any further development is 0 point, because if you're getting energy from nothing, industry would just cease to exist. And industry markets would cease to exist, basically, because they're no longer making money.
I mean, there's lots of people, like you just said, Block, lots of people are trying alternatives and trying to develop this. But the governments don't want to give up control. That's what it's all comes back to. They're a bunch of control freaks. We all know that.
Honestly, Block, go and check this guy out, right? And the stuff that he's done.
It's interesting. It really is.
As I said, the name sounds silly, and it just sounds like mad scientist, but this guy is a certified fucking genius. I did it first, Martin. I did it first, but it's a one-way ticket.
I don't think I would. Not now. They don't want idiots like me colonising it.
A one-way ticket.
You know what I'd do? I'd send people who we didn't want there.
I was going to say, do it like the old chain gangs. Send them up to do the work.
Which brings me nice segue.
I think we should send Labour Party up there.
Oh no, I've got a better segue. Have you heard the latest on Gary Glitter, the shitter? Gary Glitter this week has been in court because a lady now, she wasn't at the time, obviously, who was interfered with by Paul Gadd, decided to take Gary Glitter to court for compensation for his crimes, which I believe is quite fair.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Proven crime, the court awarded £500,000 to her. Gary Glitter said he's not going to pay it. So the court have said, well, there's nothing we can do about it.
Yes, there fucking is.
Yeah.
This is the issue we've got with this current government.
You get mandatory for the cunt.
I'm going to get onto the speedos. Nearly went wrong then. Onto the speedo thing, because this government obviously identifies and is behind Speedos. They're not behind normal people. They side with the Speedos.
Well, we know that.
Oh dear, Martin, take yourself to bed, please.
That's a terrible joke, but I'll allow it, Martin. But it's basically.
I mentioned it once, and we thought we got away with it.
Starmer he's so pro of the map thing.
Fucking maps.
Yeah, that's the one, Tyler. Yeah. There's only one word for him. It starts with a P. There's quite a few words you can use, actually. But
oh, there is. I've already used one of them. But yeah, the whole Mars thing, though.
It did block. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. And they did try and cover it up, and they paid BBC, post BBC, to keep it covered as well.
That's been proven. That people in power, the people who've got money, and that goes for other countries as well. I mean, it went on in Belgium right up into the royal family, by all accounts, who were in that sort of world, and it was all covered up.
Yeah. We're just this Labour government and the last Tory government. It were also the last fucking Labour government that started all the cover up.
Goes back to the 1970s government. These people have been around so long and been allowed to get away with it for so long. It normalises it. How can you normalise it? It gets me all ranty, but how can you normalise something like that? You can't normalise these people. Mm-hmm. The day you start normalising them, there is something seriously wrong. Seriously wrong. Yes, there are several names in prison.
Yep.
That's if they get a chance to fucking come up with a name for them. Usually
that's why they don't put them on the same wing as normal prisoners, Tyler.
No, that's why they go on PP wing. But they get to them eventually. Just ask Ian Watkins.
Sorry.
Well, you don't have to tell me. I know. That is true, though, sadly.
It's a very twisted world, unfortunately.
And something needs to change as far as statute of limitations. Shouldn't matter what length of time it's been, because without going too much into detail, a family involved in a case, and because it was left so long, lost. Shouldn't fucking matter. Still fucking happened.
Yeah.
And there's also only a certain amount of times where you can appeal. Only allowed one appeal, then you're no longer allowed to go for that case again. That needs to fucking change.
No, we're down on that one, Bill.
No, it shouldn't, Bill. It shouldn't. But unfortunately,
it does, though.
It does. It does.
And as I said, you've got one chance to bring it up in court. It gets not the result you want. You appeal it. You lose the appeal. That's it. Case is forever closed. That needs to fucking change.
Yeah, it does. Yeah. But what also needs to change, and this is from the side of the paedophiles, is anybody who is accused illegally, anybody who accuses somebody of a sexual offence, which isn't true, and has gone on with a lot of women, and it isn't true, and it's just done through a spiteful thing, pure spite, They should be sent to prison for that.
Yeah.
Because then that takes away from the cases of people who have been unfortunately interfered with or abused.
Oh, he just 2 cases in question. Yeah. First one I don't like, fucking Cliff Richard and fucking Freddie Sir.
I've got no time for Cliff Richard. I can't stand the bloke. I think he's fat.
But
he didn't deserve what he got.
No.
Yeah, I know you have, Bill. You know, Bill's told me a story about a friend of his who was in sort of teaching that side of things, who was accused of this, proven to be completely innocent, 110%, and it destroyed his entire life.
Yeah.
I think I'm right in saying I think Bill said he ended up taking his own life because of it.
Yeah, this is it.
Horrendous.
But once you get accused or anything like that, no matter whether you're found innocent or not, you're tarred with that brush for life.
Oh, it sticks.
Yes, and any accusation must be fully investigated, but keep that investigation out of the fucking public eye and out of press.
Yeah.
Until it's proven otherwise.
Yeah, once it's proven that somebody is guilty of those crimes, that's fine. Put it wherever you want. Put it on billboards.
All bets are off then.
I don't know. Something needs to change on the law in this country, but it never will.
No.
Yeah, so glitter is still causing trouble. Yet they haven't.
One thing I did see recently, did you see, McGregor was found guilty. Who did Trump use for a promo?
Yep.
Brings up Conor McGregor talking about Irish relations. Brings him up in front of fucking White House press. As if, he's their best buddies and all the rest of it. And this is the mouthpiece that's going to be talking about Irish relations.
Mm.
He's going to be president of Ireland.
Convicted fucking abuser.
It's all right. We're going to have president of Ireland is going to be Conor McGregor.
West Yorkshire police made a right ash of fucking Sutcliffe. Made a right ash of that.
Didn't they just?
Yep.
Not just police in general back in the 80s and the 90s.
Yeah. Well, the thing is,
2000s.
He came down to Sheffield, and they picked him up straight away, and it was. I remember headline in paper. That Ripper thee, and that's when he got caught in Sheffield, Chapeltown in Sheffield.
I could see why that would make sense, though, Martin. That is,
yeah.
You're in that line of work. That is a logical way to deal with it.
Not forgetting, of course, Peter Sutcliffe was also good friends with Jimmy Savile.
Yep.
Allegedly.
And the thing is that they could have caught him within weeks.
At B&Q, getting a new hammer. No.
Yeah. Well, there were a documentary we watched not that long ago, actually. I think it was last year. One of the first ones he did were actually in Yorkshire, were across in Manchester.
Yeah.
And he used a £5 note to paid his, and it got left there, and they actually, because back then you got your wage packet, and all the serial numbers that could trace back to firms.
Unfortunately, though, Tyler, the rest of the country voted him in as their president, so he could just pardon himself now, of all fucking things.
Yep, he's all yours, Tyler.
Yep, you're welcome to him. Look at the shit show we've got to deal with instead.
I can't believe there's people who actually want Conor McGregor to be president of the South of Ireland. The only thing I can agree with McGregor on is the immigration thing, about not having so many people coming into Ireland. Yeah. I mean, that's just common sense, though. That makes sense. But to have Conor McGregor as a political figure, no.
Block, I agree, but not now. Not now that he's president. Because anything happens to him, he's forever going to be a martyr.
Yep.
Or just another guy. And I know that, Tyler, but unfortunately, like I said, he's president now, so he can just absolve himself of everything with flick of a pen, of a big, thick ass marker pen, because he can't write with anything thinner.
Great, Martin. Yeah, Tyson Fury as Prime Minister. Great. Jesus Christ. Can we have somebody with a few brain cells at least, rather than these idiots? I've not got anything particularly against Tyson Fury, but let's be honest, he isn't going to be much of a Prime Minister, is he?
Yeah.
Exactly, Lisa.
Exactly, Lisa. That's the danger as well.
Oh, Vance.
He automatically ascends. That guy's a fucking nut job.
He's more dangerous, actually, than Trump.
Yep. You've got my vote. Vote for you. Yeah, anyone can do it.
Well, there is that about it, DW.
Unfortunately, though, most of the industry that builds the parts for them have built in redundancies that certain agencies use for a kill switch. They're deliberately designed that way for that purpose.
Kanye West, president.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, Tyler was reading, I was listening to the news earlier on. The news over here, one of the industries over here is already standing to lose anything from 100 million. This is just one small industry over here. 100 million just from these new tariffs.
That's the one, Bill.
No, that's the thing though, Block. Even with open source firmware, it's the parts that they have.
Don't talk about
switches built into. No, please don't. Faster.
Yeah, have you noticed, Tyler, even some of the stuff that Bill and I send you, like links to stuff, vaping related stuff, is censored in America at the moment. There's a lot of stuff being censored.
They have freedom of speech.
Yay!
Land of the home, land of the free, home of the brave.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know where your braves are. Oh no, they're on the Indian resident. You know, there.
I don't know where the free are either. Can't use that word either, Matt.
Free in America.
No. The I word.
Land of the Cheeto.
The I word was a derogatory term. It's indigenous peoples. Oh, absolutely, Block. I can completely believe that.
They won't let you escape, Tyler.
We've already got an engraver.
I'm just getting adverts for fucking mobile games, and I don't even play mobile games. I don't know why they're fucking firing these at me.
I think, Tyler, you, as a resident of America, are well and truly fucked. You're screwed.
Yep. He honestly thinks that people are going to be
nice one,
of him and bow down. Not going to work. Because we're already hearing about reciprocal tariffs. Canada's already done it. The rest of the world's going to follow.
We need more than ad revenue to buy it.
Hold on. Just because I've got a spare room here, Tyler, it doesn't mean you're moving in.
No, we want that for when we go over foot northwest.
It's all right. I'll throw him out when you come over.
That's all right, then.
Let me know when he does. I'll be coming for a visit.
Put Tyler in the doghouse. Only trouble is I've got to buy one before he goes in it.
Well, good thing is I can just get a bus down and a bus back up. No need to stay over.
I can always pick you up, mate.
This is true. I could get the bus down, you could drop me off.
Oh, Bill's decided he's coming over now for the Rory Gallagher Festival.
Ooh.
Yeah.
This is another fucking thing that fucking orange twat's done. Making it more expensive for people to actually leave their own country, even for a fucking holiday.
Well, he doesn't want them escaping, does he?
At least some folk already did escape.
Yeah.
Before he actually got the job.
The man's a fucking twat.
The amount of Unfortunately, this is the thing. I mean, celebrities have got the fucking money to be able to do it, but were quite a few celebrities that the moment that result came in, they upped sticks, packed up their shit, and they left the country for good.
Yep.
Oh, that was a good one.
I mean, maybe it was a mistake not moving 12 years ago, Tyler. Yeah, but then you wouldn't have your kids.
Everything happens for a reason, Tyler. Everything.
You can't live in
Even
the past.
bad shit.
Yep.
Even bad shit has to happen for some reason. Unfortunate side effect of equilibrium. Got to have bad before you can have good.
Exactly.
I think,
I know.
unfortunately, America as a country is fucked.
Well, there's always impeachment.
Yeah.
Again, because that went well the first time.
There was always the more definitive options, going down the Kennedy route.
Again, like I said, even if that was to happen, and certain agencies did decide, still going to be a martyr.
Yeah.
Damage is done. Unless you get somebody that's going to come in and clean up a mess, make people forget about him, but to make him look like an absolute fucking twat. It's the only way.
He's doing a pretty good job of it himself.
Yeah, I would like to think, but I mean, when you look at opinion polls, he's still doing well.
I hate to say it, but a lot of the Americans, he's still
big shit.
He's a god to them, isn't he?
Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry, but I mean, the ones that think that the sun shines at his arse, they're of a certain... How do I put this tactfully?
Redneck.
Certain intelligence diminished.
They're like Tyler. They're like
okay,
Tyler.
Block just said it for me. Okay. Didn't have to say it.
They're like Tyler.
No, Tyler's got a brain. Yeah, Tyler's got a brain. I know you were ribbing, but...
You spoke to him recently.
I've watched the show. I have watched the show.
No, being serious. No, you're right. It is that certain type of American.
And this is the problem. And doing away with the education authority, he's guaranteeing that the people stay dumb. And as long as the people are dumb, people like him are always going to be in power. You don't want people to think for themselves. If you want to be a fascist, keep the people dumb.
Yep. You see, I don't get that, Tyler. Your mum's a big supporter of Trump, and I don't get it because I've spoken to your mum, and she's not a stupid person. Far from it. She's quite an intelligent person. So I think people get blinded. They get blinded by what they want to see. Especially with the likes of Trump. They believe his hype. They believe his bullshit. That's scary.
Yeah. Well, it were either that or the shit we were going through with our lot and thought, fuck that, we're not wanted in fucking another far left fucking government.
Just don't take everything at face value. Just question everything. That's the key. Don't be scared to ask questions of certain people. Don't take that fucker at face value, because there's a motive behind everything that he says and does. And the motive is self-service.
And she's probably right. Partly you do need a businessman to sort of fix the country.
Hang on, he's a failed businessman. He fucking failed in business.
This is what I was going to say. You do need a businessman, a successful businessman, not one who keeps fucking up.
He's a Nepo child. He get fucking left all that money. He get left that money and he dwindled it. He spent it on fucking this, that, and the other. And he had relative success. You look at the fucking amount of losses he's had, he's not successful. He pays people to do his job for him. He doesn't have a fucking clue how to even fucking put his own knickers on. And that was knickers, YouTube, knickers. It's the accent.
Have you got the Snickers? No, it's just the way I walk. Well, we know that, Martin. But then again, fucking Labour only got in because all fucking Tory voters just stopped at home.
Well said, Bill. Well said.
Very true, Bill. Very true. Yeah, the world is definitely in a bad place at the moment.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And it's got to get a lot worse before it's going to get better.
Yep.
Yep. It's not egg-shaped. It's not flat. It's full.
You're not wrong there, mate. It makes me now wonder how many people in the world are going to... I was thinking about this the other day as regard to mental health. How many people are going to decide to take their own lives because of the situations that they're in?
Yep.
And I can see the mental health side of things getting really, really bad.
So they've already started cutting Social Security over there.
People are going to get to a point where they're going to be like they have before, where people are going to take their own lives.
Cutting Medicare, Medicaid.
Yeah. It's scary. It's horrible to think. And it's all because of these few idiots that people are going to can't handle it. Just can't deal with it.
Well, he said he was going to make sure that the rich pay more and the poor get what they need. So far, all he's done is cater to the rich. The first thing that he was doing was concentrating on American industry, which is basically all the shareholder pals.
Yeah, it is, Tyler. It is. Yeah, my depression hasn't been great past few weeks, but it is what it is. I'll deal with it in my own way. Always
exactly, block.
I've just to irritate everybody. I have no intention of going anywhere. That's the difference. But
with too many people.
But there will be a lot of people who will medically, because they can't get medication because they're in a very bad place, will think, "What's the point?" and just. Yeah, it's terrible. I'm not surprised, Bill.
No.
Can imagine, dude.
Enough.
A lot of it is
especially with all the fucking talk that's been going on in the news lately. It's definitely worrying, but all I can say is just remember, everything shit happens for a fucking reason, and it's not going to stay shit. Once things get so shit, they only get better.
Yep. Yes, Motorhead saves all things.
Just metal in general.
I wonder if you can get Motorhead on prescription. I'll ask my doctor. I just think, I think music does people a lot of good. I really do.
It does.
Be it listening, be it writing it, be it whatever. Yep. Music definitely helps people.
It absolutely does.
It really does.
Gives you some sort of control over the order of things.
Yeah. Yeah, it does.
And you get to channel a lot of shit. One thing I really miss about being in a band actually is doing the vocals, because I used to go into the studio with the guys. It didn't matter how shit a day I'd had. I would always walk out of that studio feeling like a lot lighter.
Yeah.
With no emotional baggage. It literally was like fucking exercising a lot of shit.
Yeah, that works as well, Tyler. Watching films, watching movies. Because it takes your mind off all the shit you got going.
Yep. And that also helps as well, Martin. Just wish it was on NHS over here. Sadly, that's never going to happen now.
I don't think it is now.
No. It's forever going to be kept in the private industry. Which is sad. I mean, even my doctor, two of my doctors both said, and going back years ago, I've always been in the same practice over here. And going back years ago, he asked me a question when I had my breakdown. Did I ever use cannabis? Did I drink? And I said, I don't drink. I take the odd beer. Didn't drink at all back then. And but I did use cannabis. And they went, no, that's not really a good thing. You shouldn't be touching that shit. Now, and I said that I was on the medical cannabis. They were like, yeah, I've been reading up on it. It seems to be doing a lot of benefit for a lot of people.
Yeah.
You know, and it seems to be doing better than, most opioids, and, and they're even starting to use it for a lot of mental health conditions. And I was like, fucking hell, they've changed their tune.
Yeah.
So when you've got doctors saying about how good it is, and, the benefits, they need to change the system, because at the moment you can only do it through private clinics. And sadly, that's been in the pockets of the politicians that allowed it to be done that way.
Well, I mean, the simplest option is just legalise marijuana.
It's ideally, yes. Even if they were to legalise it for use in the NHS, you would see dramatic changes in a lot of people.
It also takes it away from the drug squad having to chase criminals.
Police over here want it changed.
That frees up money.
Yeah, police. The amount of police over here, I'm going back to even when I lived in Scotland, there was a lot of police would pull my mates over in the car, and they'd be like, you got anything on you? And they would just fess up right away, and they would say, yep, a wee bit of personal on me. Away you go. No, because it wasn't worth our time.
Martin, in the north, mate.
Yeah, we are north. We're still UK.
I'm on literally. I'm about half a mile from the border.
Yeah.
So I can stand on the border and be half Republic, half Northern Ireland.
I mean, you look at. I know I've mentioned him before, but Charlotte Caldwell, right, her boy Billy, he's now 18, 19.
Yeah.
He was 6 months old. Doctors said be prepared, this child is probably not going to see his teens. And he's probably never going to finish primary school if he gets there. Because he was having 300, an average of 300, or at least 300, full, what they call, what's the status epilepticus, they call it now. It used to be called Grand Mal, and it was changed to tonic clonic. Now it's called status epilepticus, so this is the worst of the seizures.
Yeah.
He was having at least 300 of these a day. Nothing worked at all. All the medications that are usually prescribed, like risperidone, yada yada, all the other anticonvulsants, pumped him full of that. Still had the seizures. And Mum took him over to Canada where they were, I think she took him to Denver first. And somewhere in America anyway, I think it might have been LA, not think about it. Anyway, whatever it was, she took him to America and then Canada. She had to keep going back and forward to get medication for him, and it was cannabis she was using. As soon as he started getting that, nothing. Not one, not even a minor seizure. We're talking seizures eliminated. And to this day, since he started the cannabis therapy, he still hasn't had not even one minor seizure. He is completely seizure-free. Completely.
There's your proof.
Yep.
But there's no science, there's no scientific basis that it actually works on the politicians and certain people in the NHS. There's no proof that it actually works. He's walking there. He's doing school. He finished school. He lived beyond what he was given. He said he wouldn't even make it in his toddler years.
Yeah.
He's 18, 19. Hasn't had a single fucking seizure.
Well, it's like we
People
said
with
before.
Parkinson's.
Natural medicines were better than fucking drugs.
They're also a lot older, all the natural medicines.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's the thing. I don't agree with being labelled as a drug. Because, as far as I'm concerned, that's a herbal remedy.
Yeah.
Yeah, but there's a reason.
It just so happens to work better than a drug.
When you think about it, all of these natural medicines, using mushrooms, like Tyler was just on about, using shrooms, using natural herbs, natural flowers, and so on, have all come from the pagans and druids, who were doctors of the pagans. It's all come from that, which goes back up to 8,000 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Modern society created doctors and created hospitals and created the drugs so we could charge for them.
Mm-hmm.
I'm getting a bit politically ranty here, but it all comes back to the fact that the people in charge want to make money.
Exactly.
And block.
You make it illegal.
Yeah, don't misunderstand me. I'm not saying that it's going to work for everyone. Unfortunately,
not for everyone.
Not everything does work for everyone. But they have tested it for many, many epileptics and Parkinson's patients. Numerous other illnesses, using it for nausea from chemo. And success rate compared to, like your dad, somebody that it didn't do anything for, bar maybe give him a wee chill out. The success rate for either diminishing the amount of problems and side effects and symptoms to being rid of, success rate's been extremely high for cannabis patients. Yeah, it's physical exercise, yes, because I was reading about Parkinson's recently as well. They reckon it's not actually an illness. It doesn't originate in the brain. They reckon that it's actually coming from plaques from teeth that somehow that work their way through the bloodstream and end up getting stuck in the brain, and that's what kind of ends up resulting in Parkinson's.
It could be. It could very easily be.
Mm.
Yeah, mushrooms, apparently microdosing is supposedly having major success with depression as well.
Yep. If you do enough of them, Tyler, you'll turn into a berserker.
No, if he does enough for him, he'll turn into a ball builder called Floki.
He actually,
guy's a legend. Legend.
If you think about Tyler and then Floki,
yeah, you can see similarities, can't you?
Yep.
He's a witch. He's a witch. How do you know? He floats in water.
Oh, well, he must be a witch. Same here, Tyler, same here. Yeah, I mean, NHS will prescribe cannabis for certain things, but it's a very, very, very short list.
Yeah.
And apparently the red tape, the amount of red tape you have to go through is ridiculous as well. Because even Charlotte couldn't get it.
I'm not saying it is the right way of doing it, but if
I think she did it first. She got the license to be able to use cannabis for wee Billy through the NHS and through Parliament, but he wouldn't prescribe.
I'm not saying everybody should go and buy cannabis illegally. I'm not. But if you know that it works and you know the right people to talk to, the right sort of people, possibly it could be worth thinking about.
This is what I'm saying, though. It's a medicine like just like any other, though, so it should be used as such, not abused. Like I did. I mean, in retrospect, I wish I had fucking taken it easy on it, because it didn't do me a lot of favours. Like most medicines, you do too much of it, you're not going to get the benefits. You're going to start seeing hindrances or worse.
And Tyler's been having a Tig Traeger moment.
Well, I was opioid free for the whole time that I was using it medicinally, and I would dose it. I wouldn't go nuts on it. I would dose it like a medicine.
You're not taking opioids, and opioids, the danger. They really are.
And you're talking. I mean, you'll know yourself. It was. I was on everything at first. It was cocodamol, then codridromol. Then they put me on gabapentin. They put me on diclofenac. No, it is gabapentin. No, gabapentin, then diclofenac. Sorry, they are different. And then when none of them worked, they put me on 2 different lots of morphine. Yeah, that worked. It left me like a fucking zombie. But as I was using the medical cannabis and it was dosed properly, it's a weird one because it doesn't eliminate the pain. That's the thing. It doesn't cure pain. It just it makes your brain be able to function and not constantly dwell on the pain. Takes your mind off of it, so you're not thinking about it. You'll still feel pain, obviously, or whatever it is you're using it for, but it's you're able to deal with it better.
240 milligram a square, Tyler. Fucking hell.
Yeah, but just don't do what Lisa did with the brownies. It's not working. It's not working. It's not working.
Give it time.
Dribble.
Always allow 30 minutes to 60 minutes. And then decide if you need any more. I wish I could do that block. I really do. Unfortunately, that's why I'm so big. I used to be fit. I used to be fit as fuck. I was playing basketball every day. As soon as my back just decided, no, that's it.
Yep.
Threw the towel in. I can't do exercise. Can't. Got an exercise bike there, but I'm still struggling even with that.
Well, that's why I had to give up kickboxing because of my blood pressure. Well, that's sky high.
That's why Bill's had to give up looking at nurses.
Well, yeah.
His blood pressure goes terrible.
Mind you, good news. They have taken me off one of my blood pressure tablets this week.
Bill has lumps come up in strange places.
Well, he is in Whitby.
And that's a pretty strange place.
Tyler, I was playing basketball almost every day from high school. When I went into high school till moved over here. Still played occasionally, though. I was still able to play occasionally until a year after I started seeing Lorne, so that would have been 2016. And then my back just said, nah, can't do it anymore.
Yeah, I do.
And I was playing golf as well.
Yeah. Okay, I ain't played that for ages.
Cycling.
Yeah, D-Dub. I got my first 5 belts at kickboxing. White, red, orange, green, and
I'm
yellow.
all right block on recumbent bikes. I'm okay on them. But normal bikes, nope, because I'm leaning forward.
Damn right I would. Damn right I would, D-Dub.
You're getting very sarcastic tonight, Mr. Tyler.
He is, isn't he? Spare while Sunday, you fucker.
Just because you're in your basement prepping room.
Yeah.
He's got his own little room now. He's got in his basement.
Yeah, I noticed that. He's been kicked out of the kitchen.
He's like a little prepper down there. I'm expecting soon to see that rack of shelves with tinners and beans.
I'm just waiting for it to appear in fucking white coat and fucking safety goggles.
He's going to start cooking up some blue stuff in the.
He'd be like Percy in Blackadder. Oh, I've discovered alchemy, my lord. It's green.
It's your green. He was fucking brilliant.
No, not in a basement. Oh God.
Fucking hell, don't
You can
give
call it a basement all you like. It's a dungeon.
You could just see the next live. There'll be an almighty bang and Tyler will vanish or scream. You twat, Tyler, you've got to demonetise the.
We'll hear it all over the news. Big explosion in Amish country. You say it's a spare room. We know different.
Yep.
Spare room. I would have used the basement if I'd been you, Tyler.
Just start worrying if you see swings in the background.
Tyler, what do you want?
St Andrew's Cross. Well.
Well, it has been suggested a few times, Martin. I have suggested it a few times that.
But
I mean, next door did catch fire at one point, and we still don't know the reason why. I'm not here to caution blame, but well, I shall leave that there.
Was there any funny smells?
Oh, Tyler
yeah,
was.
Tyler's cooking.
Tyler was out the house. All I'm going to say is he was out the house and in the car when we got him on camera, and he was off down the road with the kids in the car very quickly.
Oh, yeah, that does sound dodgy.
Yeah.
Did you hear about the old couple, the pensioners that get busted?
No.
Recently, a couple in England, they got busted. They're just sitting there in their living room. As you like, just sitting watching TV. Pensioners, right? So they're just sitting there watching TV. Next thing, fucking drug squad busts the door down, fucking running into the house, into all areas of the house, go into the living room, onto the radio. Just a couple of pensioners. They're like, what the hell's going on? Helicopter saw an unusual heat source in your roof. So we thought it was a cannabis farm. Turns out they were just extremely cold all the time and constantly had the heating at full bung every day, all day. So it heated the house up that much. On the infrared, on the helicopters, it lit up like a fucking beacon.
Oh,
so they thought they were fucking weed farmers. Yeah. So the poor old couple had to get compensated by the local police force.
What the police didn't realise is the weed was actually in his allotment.
Yeah. So a video the other day on YouTube, not YouTube, Facebook. This guy got so pissed off with his landlord that he fucking blew up the house.
Holy fuck.
Yeah. An explosion. Somebody caught it on the fucking Ring camera on the Ring door camera.
Nice. Aye.
Do you know, Tyler, your next door neighbour is a total fucking bellend.
Fuck's sake.
Okay. Only in America.
Mm-hmm.
I still say Tyler set fire to his next door neighbour's house.
He can neither confirm or deny those rumours.
As he puts the matches in his pocket.
As he's hiding the C4 away.
That's shocking. Fuck's sake.
You gotta love neighbours, don't you? They're fucking awesome.
I'm just waiting. My mum's see the room that I was in when I lived at my mum's.
Yep.
The neighbour upstairs, absolute fucking fuckwit. Had no regard for anybody living round about him whatsoever. He would, now when I say scream, I mean scream like a fucking little kid. You would hear him screaming at like 2:30, 3 in the morning, sitting playing his PC with his fucking mates. Now, Mum said, "Oh, but maybe he's just playing with headphones," and I'm like, "That's fair enough, but I mean, I don't have speakers. I constantly have headphones on. I don't fucking shout and bawl like that when I'm in the house." Get a bit of consideration for neighbours. If I'm having to shout, I'd be like, I'd catch myself and go, yeah, keep myself quiet just in case, don't want to noise the neighbours up. It's called consideration. This cunt had none whatsoever.
He's just a twat.
And complaint after complaint with the local council, and they done fuck all about it.
Nah.
They get kicked out of their last place apparently, or whatever. But they just won't do anything about them now. This council won't do anything about them. But my mum is about to move into that room. I've warned her. I've said, she always said, "I can't hear him." And I'm like, "You must be fucking deaf." Because he literally fucking shouts and screams, and I mean, like, actually ready to phone the police one night. Not because I thought I'm going to get this cunt removed. I thought he was getting fucking done in. Noise he was making.
We had this for my old flat before I moved back in at my mum and dad's. We had this with our upstairs neighbour, and I was well known by my local police force, well known, and by the older coppers, because I'd long retired out of what I used to do and what I got involved in. And this went on for years, and he'd play he wouldn't play his guitar and have headphones on. Oh no, he'd have it through an amp. So 2, 3 o'clock in the morning when you're trying to go to sleep, he's trying to play guitar. Badly. First few times you think, nah, well, yeah, all right. You couple of times, no problem. This went on for like 5 years with this bloke. I got in touch with the council. I had all the books to do, that you write it all down in. I had the alarms, everything. I called a copper one night and I said to this copper, I said, "I'm warning you." I said, you go back to the station, you take my name, you look up my name, you look up my previous crimes, you look at what I'm capable of, and I'm warning you right now, if it continues, he's going to get hurt. That isn't a threat, it's a fucking promise. Because he'd already tried attacking me twice. The copper said, "Well, you can't say that." So the copper's gone back to the station About 4 nights later, he comes out. I came out, not intentional. He came out the door. I came out the door, and he's again giving it all this. This is my hatred for Leeds people, because that's where he was from. And he's giving it all the gob to me in my face. No, and gobbing off. And I went, look, fuck off. Leave it out, all right? I said, you're getting on in years. I said, you're going to get hurt if you're not careful. No, you can't threaten me. And started windmilling at me with his fucking arms. So I cracked him twice in the side of the head and broke his cheekbone and his jaw.
Whoa.
Police got called, but the problem was as he went down, he ricocheted his head off a brick wall. So I called the ambulance because I was worried because he was bleeding from his head. I thought, that's serious. Don't want him to die. So I called. The copper turned up, and this old sergeant turned up who I'd known for years, and he turned up and he went, Matt, why didn't you come to me and tell me it was you? I went, I warned the copper who it was. I went, you didn't want to fucking listen. He said, we're going to have to arrest you for Section 18. I went, okay. Says,
that's one then.
It's not the first time I've been done on Section 18. Arrest me for Section 18, took me in, went all through it, went back through the records and found that I'd given them the fucking what had gone on and all the previous paperwork. It ended up him getting charged for fucking swinging at the copper because when they put the turban on his head, and that isn't me taking the piss out of it in a racist way, but he had the turban on.
Yeah.
He started swinging at the copper.
Fuck's sake.
The bloke, he was fucking alcoholic and an arsehole. I've got no sympathy for people like that,
Yeah. No. I mean, it's just no consideration at all.
Well,
you clearly don't give a fuck if you're going to do that at that time of night. You know people are generally going to be in their bed well before that hour.
Yeah. I get people can't sleep and whatever. Fine, I can't often. But fuck's sake, you don't start screaming and shouting and playing guitar and shit like that at the middle of the night.
Well, this is it. Once it gets to about 6 o'clock-ish, because next doors have got a little one, amps will get switched off. And I'll either play through PC to amp sims or I'll get one of my modelers and just bang headphones on.
You bang a set of headphones on. I mean, what's a set of headphones? What did we pay? 30 quid for a pair of headphones?
35 quid, yeah.
Put it this way, right? When I was at my mum's, I'd be sitting there. There was a couple of times where I would pick the bass up and I'd start playing. Now, as I said, I don't have speakers. I don't have an amp. I play through amp modelers, purely amp modelers on the PC.
Yep.
So I'm not plugged in. It might as well be acoustic, but not even acoustic because acoustics make more noise. All you hear, there's no way string vibration is going to carry through fucking all those walls and through the floor and the ceiling to the neighbour above. My mum would come in, she'd say, keep that down. You're like, why? You're going to annoy the neighbours. And I'm like, no way they can hear that. They'd need to be like fucking the hearing of a bat to be able to hear that.
Yeah.
And I said, and anyway, does that cunt have any fucking respect for us? Screaming and fucking shouting at 2:30 in the fucking morning. It's clearly he doesn't give a fuck, so why should I?
Exactly.
Fair enough, if I was playing through an amp, I turn it down. Or, well, don't even have it on at that time. I mean, the laws over... I actually thought as well, do you know the law over here, Northern Ireland? It used to be, 10 o'clock? Over in the mainland.
Yeah.
11 o'clock.
It's now 11 o'clock. Yeah. You always used to be 10 o'clock in Scotland.
Yeah. I think England and Wales, it's between 7 a.m. and 11 p.m.
Yeah.
Same here. Scotland's obviously just different.
Yeah.
Because we've got that many nut jobs. It's fair enough. Yeah, Block. I was actually talking to Matt about this last night. I don't have speakers. I've not had speakers at all for years. I've always just played through headphones. With all my mixing on headphones. These ones that Bill kindly found for me.
Yeah. Talking of headphones, when we were in Blackpool yesterday, we went past this second-hand shop, pawnbrokers, whatever you want to call it. I mean, my dad's just nosy through the window and he goes, "What the fuck? A pair of wireless headphones, 300 quid, second-hand."
Fuck off.
Yeah. And I said, if you want some wireless headphones, like them you've got, because he's got some of them Presonus ones as well. He says, Presonus ones are only about 100 quid, the Bluetooth.
I don't think I even paid that for mine, you know. It wasn't quite 100 quid I paid for them. My Bluetooth one.
That's true, Martin. And it's also true over here. Can't buy booze after 10 over here. Northern Ireland.
I think that's same here, yeah.
And I don't think you can buy alcohol. Is it past 9 o'clock on a Sunday? It used to be you couldn't buy it at all on a Sunday. Not when I first moved over.
At the moment, on Gear for Music, straight away, they've got them on for 79. Presonus are charging 109.
Yeah.
Amazon got them on for 79. Yeah, 80 quid.
Yeah.
Really good. I like them. I like Presonus stuff. It's cheap.
Yeah.
What it is.
Yeah, I can understand that though, Bill. I mean, if I had the money, I would be buying a set of fucking really good studio monitoring headphones.
Nice set of Sennheiser HD 599s.
No, wouldn't touch them. I'd be going for Audient.
Set of focals?
No, not Audient. Odyssey. Odyssey, they're called. No, I've actually got used to these. I know what they're capable. I know what they're capable of, and I listen to music through these as well. So I know how everything should sound through these.
That says it all. That does, Tyler. A drive-through alcohol place in America.
Mm-hmm.
The best one was in COVID. They were doing like you could go and get like drive-through margaritas, drive-through alcohol,
Well, to give people an idea how far behind we are here in Northern Ireland, we only just got Deliveroo and Uber delivery services. We had Just Eat for a good few years, quite a good few years. Now, only this past 3 years, I would say, we've only just got grocery deliveries through like Deliveroo and Uber Eats and alcohol deliveries. And McDonald's and Burger King, you could never get them.
Oh, yes, yes, I do have a set of the Earphone 3 Pros. Yeah, they're really good as well.
It's like what a lot of people say. Bobby, Scott, Jordan, Alreyt. Don't matter what speakers or headphones you're using, once you're used to them, once you know what the little quirks are, you can get your mixers related to any of them.
I think it was Glenn that actually said, like, it's either Glenn or it was Christian, maybe. It was one of them anyway. It wasn't Bobby, but it was one of those two, Christian or Glenn, that said, listen to, when you're listening to speakers or headphones, listen to the music first. Listen to your favourite bands first.
Yeah. Get used
for a good while to get your ears used to how it sounds through them. Then you'll have an idea what you're going for with your own fucking stuff.
Yeah.
You know?
See, the Persona stuff is pretty good because it's flat. It's a flat EQ one. So for mixing, it's perfect.
Yeah. I think these are flat as well. These are flat response.
Ideal.
These are only like 30 fucking quid, 35 quid.
Yeah, and Persona's one's the same.
Bill's really good at finding bargains. It usually costs me money when he buys them. You need to get some of this. Fuck off.
Well, but when Bill got them, this is the second set. I got these ones myself, but it was Bill that got me onto them. He sent me a set, and I think he said he only paid $10 for them.
See, I've got the Persona's headphones and the Persona's monitors as well, and I've only got the small ones, 3.5s.
They kick
but
out.
In this size of room, you don't need anything any bigger.
I tell you what, you crank them up, they kick out.
Fucking yeah.
Kick it out.
I get that, Block. I get that, but I'm from the generation where headphones were the only option was over the ear.
Yep.
I'm from that generation. Cans.
Big cans.
Yep.
Plus, these are open back as well, so that's good.
I've got about, 5 or 6 pairs of headphones here.
Yes, I do, Martin. I was one of those people. Don't get me wrong, for listening to music, they were actually bloody good. When they first came out, they were good.
The only...
Wouldn't touch them for mixing.
The only headphones that I will say, I hate them because of the name, but they're good headphones, are the actual Apple Pro ones. Over-ear headphones are really good, but they're £400 a pair.
You hate over the ears and in-ears, Block? How do you manage to listen with headphones then?
It's just a weirdo.
Great difficulty, but it sounds a bit.
He's just a weirdo.
Are you using bone induction?
He puts in-ear headphones up his nose.
There's his problem.
And as much as I don't like Sony, Sony do some really good high-end headphones at a good price.
I remember you saying that, Bill, because I was actually saving for the AKGs 260s. That's what I was saving for, and you said, don't waste your money. These ones are just the same.
I think you should be decent, and I think you should buy a set of headphones from our own country. You should buy a set of Sennheisers that are made in Ireland.
See, I like the look of the Sennheisers. They look nice and comfy.
They do a really nice set. Comes with its
These
own
are comfy.
Comes with its own preamp. A little drawer that opens. You put your headphones in. A marble bass. It's beautiful.
Fucking hell.
Yeah.
Get delivered in a fucking limousine as well.
Probably, if you wanted at the price, I'd expect it.
That's what I was thinking. It was going to be extortionate, like sell the kids and sell your kidneys as well.
And the house. 70 grand.
Ow! Why?
Because they can get away with it.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, but that price, I want everything to feel like I'm getting whispered in the ear by fucking Scarlett Johansson.
Not about whispered in the ear. I'd want it anyway. Moving on.
Okay, feel like I'm getting a wet willy with Scarlett Johansson's tongue.
Every thought for the night.
Ah, dear. Yeah. I like the feel of in-ears that feels they're generally a lot more comfier.
Yeah,
We're actually just released a new set of in-ears. And I do like Shure stuff.
Yeah, Shure do some really good stuff. Like you should do. They've been around a long enough years, haven't they?
100%.
Yes, they do.
Yep.
Limited edition. Love that thing.
You got it off Alibaba.
I didn't. My mate Billy that was the manager of Guitar got me a nice wee discount.
They are cheap mics, I know that.
They are bloody good microphones, so especially live. I remember we were doing a gig up in Belfast at the Limelight, and the sound guy had just the usual bog standard Shure SM58s, which are bloody good mics. They're all good all-rounders. I had got used to that. I like the hand feel because I've got big hands. Do you know what I mean? That just fitting nice in my hand, and I liked the sound I was getting from it. You could get really close without it distorting.
Yeah.
How's it going, Corey? And
dude,
said to him, I've got my own mic. I said, I've got my own mic here, and they went,
you never know. You never know.
He says that'll feed back a lot, and I was like, I'm used to it though. And he went, well, we'll try it out. On the sound check, and they came back up to the stage, and he went, that actually sounds better than the fucking the SM58s in the booth. He says that sounds far better. Just go ahead, use it. I used to have two, but I don't know what happened to the other one. I had the normal chrome one.
You can spend silly money on audio stuff.
Yeah.
As G found out the other night, just when I told him what I spent on a pair of speakers, but
Jesus Christ.
I didn't go into what else I spent.
Oh, I know.
The front cables that go from my speakers to the amp, was 399 quid. 3 meter cables.
Oh, it's for the cables.
Yeah.
400 quid.
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
I don't know what the interconnects are because I haven't worked out because I bought them all at separate times, but I put in another 5 or
You know
6.
What? It's what you like. It's what you like.
It's at the end of the day, it's like guitars, it's like anything else. If it's a hobby, people will spend what they want to
Exactly.
spend.
Yeah.
Yep.
Cameras, music, whatever it is.
Makes you happy. It makes you happy.
People will spend what
Who
they
cares
want.
what anybody else thinks?
Exactly.
It's not like that being spent over a week or something. That's like 30 years of fucking.
Aye. Like when I told my mum how much I spent on that PC, she nearly spewed. I was like, but I didn't buy it all in one go. Because it was bits and bobs, at a time. And I just slowly built up the parts until we put it together.
Yeah.
Even then, it's cheap by most people's standards. We're into PCs.
Oh, crap.
Yeah, I can think of somebody who spent stupid money on a PC.
Mm-hmm.
Try 7 of them.
I know somebody who spent about $7,000 on a PC for gaming just to go on Twitch. Why?
Ah, okay.
Is this the same person that broke his
the
cable every time
fucked it up?
This PC case Unlike most PC cases, everybody knows Ethernet cable goes in the back, motherboard's in the back, Ethernet goes in the back. Oh no, this motherboard was positioned completely the wrong way. In my eyes, the wrong way. The Ethernet port came out the top of the PC case. And then you had a plastic, well, not plastic, sort of, I think it was plastic actually, but a plastic bit on top of the case that you put in place so the lead came out and then came out. So you want an L-shaped Ethernet cable, okay? Now, if anybody remembers watching the Misfits when it kept going off all the time because the internet kept going down, and Matt said, "Have you checked the Ethernet cables?" Yes. Have you checked the Ethernet cables? Yes. Well, one day I was sat there at 3 a.m, again, me trying to sort out his PC. And I've gone through everything on it, right, over the fucking web, over like Zoom at the time. Gone through everything. I said, take that fucking Ethernet lead out. So he left that plastic bit off. Put the PC on. Perfect. No issues. So leave that off. So we did an entire show. No breaks, no issues. Smooth as silk. I just put it back on.
Yes, I believe so, Martin.
Yep.
He pushed it on, and all it was doing was pushing the Ethernet lead across, so it was losing connection with the pins.
Fucking hell.
And it broke the little tab.
Yeah. I was like, you're a twat.
You don't have to spend that kind of money to get a good fucking...
You know what it was? He wanted to outdo... Well, I think it was somebody we both know.
I don't feel so bad, actually, now you've said $7,000, because that's not anywhere near.
And he wanted to try and outdo Nick.
Well,
Nick spent
I can tell you that the GPU he has is inferior to that one that I got.
Yes, I was, Martin. Yeah. But he wanted to outdo Nick. Nick came on no end of times, like when he did his Christmas tree full of graphics cards and shit like that. And that was just a standing joke. It was just Nick wants to spend his money on that.
I seem to remember going on one time, and because I was buzzing, Nick found me that GPU, and he was coming over to see Jen, and he knew that I was looking to build a new machine, and he said, right, I'm going to have a look for you for GPUs, he says, because you guys pay so much in tax that you're not going to get a decent GPU for the money. And I said, right, okay. He went looking. He said, okay, I think I found one, 6900 XT, and it's only 480, I think he said, 480. I was like, that good? Because I don't have a clue. And he was like, for that, that's bloody good. And I was like, okay, 16 gig of video RAM. I was like, is that good? He's like, yeah, that's good. I'm like, okay. And he's like, right, okay. Right, I'll bring it over to Jenny then, and we'll ship it once I'm over. But brilliant. Sent him the money. I was buzzing. And I went on to Valdi's stream. And I was buzzing. I was like, I'm finally going to get to play some decent games. Got a 6900 XT. And he was like, oh, that's good. That's good. And then a couple of weeks later, there was a fan fund for 6900. Green cheese. Green cheese.
I've never ever got jealous of anything Nick's bought. I really haven't. It was quite comical one night. Jenny sent me a message. She said, "Are you busy?" No, why? Nick's having issues with his computer. He doesn't know what to do. It's like, hold on, he's not let me know what he's doing. He's got the fucking CPU out, right, and he's holding it. I said, Nick, do me a favour. I said, you're triggering me. Put that fucking CPU down. With that, it went clang and dropped it in the fucking case. Oh! I was like, oh, for fuck's sake.
You know.
See, that's the good thing, Martin, is with Nick, our mate Nick, he's not one of these guys that wants to have the best machine and nobody else is allowed. You ask him, you want a really good machine, he's buzzing to help you get it.
Oh yeah.
Because he found the majority of those parts. Not all of them, actually. He found that he made a list. He says, "What's your budget?" Gave him a rough budget, and he went, "Okay, I'll find you the stuff." And he was excited. He was buzzing when I put it together. He was like, "Gee, I'm so fucking happy you've got a decent machine. This is so fucking cool, man." And I'm like, he does it for anybody, you know. But he made sure that the GPU that I had was going to run with the motherboard, CPU, you know.
Well, he said to me, which is that when I'm ready for upgrading, he says he'll help me out finding out bits.
Yep.
Yeah, and he will.
He's good like that, man. He's good. He really should be doing it for a living because he could be making a fortune.
Yeah.
And he loves doing it as well. He loves doing it, but he should be doing it as a job. Him, Ender, and Dyer should all be doing it as a job.
Yeah.
Between the three of them, those guys could make a fucking fortune.
Yep.
Yeah.
We sit in Nick's Discord sometimes listening to the three of them just talking about PC stuff. Dyer's the programming guy. Ender's the hardware guy. Nick's the hardware. And some of the software as well.
Mm.
So when you get the three of them together, it's like, holy fuck. Most of the stuff's just like, they're just talking letters and numbers and having orgasms over these letters and numbers.
Exactly, Bill. Just be happy with what you've got.
Yeah.
And then if you want something, you save up for it.
Mm-hmm.
Don't just go, oh, I want that because so and so's got one.
I used to do that, Martin, build PCs.
Exactly, Martin.
I got fed up with building PCs for people.
See, I would honestly think that Nick should be fed up with it by now because he's done it that many times. Not just for himself, but for other people, and he's still buzzing to do it any time to get somebody asking him to build one.
He's not got it.
Oh, by the way,
really
while you're here, you've got 2 weeks to get your entry in. So get yourself out to Dungeon.
Yep.
I mean, just remembering, of course, that person who shall not be named didn't pay for his PC anyway, but
Exactly, D-Dub.
I don't bother building PCs anymore. I'm quite happy with my laptop, to be fair.
Yeah.
I'm happy with it. I'm happy with mine.
Does what I need it to do.
Exactly.
The reason I have stuff that's in that is because I wasn't at the time just doing music or gaming. I was doing arty stuff as well and photography.
I mean, my PC will quite.
It's an all-rounder.
It will stream. It will do all of that I need. I don't game on it, even though it's a gaming laptop, but I don't game. So any storage, I've got hard drives anyway to back stuff up on.
Oh, ultimately about fucking hard drives. Lost all my old music projects. Thanks to a fucking defective hard drive.
Oh no!
Yeah, we've all had that happen.
Yeah.
Ender was saying might still work. There was a trick apparently, he says, but it's a one-off trick. He says you do it and it doesn't work. He says that's it. You're never going to be able to do anything with it again. He says, but you look at it this way, you're not going to be able to do anything with it anyway in its current conditions, so you might as well try it.
Yeah.
He said, put it in the freezer.
Yeah.
For 10 minutes. And then I'm imagining it's something to do with the board on the drive.
Yeah.
Get it to go back down, flatten.
If you think the board in them, basically it brings all of the copper runs. You know, when you look at the board, it flattens the board back out.
Yep. Because I remember. Wait a minute. Oh, the code.
It's the same trick we used to do.
Cold makes it.
No worries, dude. No worries.
Cold makes it contract. Heat makes it expand.
Yep.
So it is making the connections thinner. That's what it is. It must be something to do with that. But anyway, he said to try that. But he says if it doesn't work, it's fucked. Fucked anyway, so I never have tried it yet.
If it doesn't work, just blame Ender.
It's still in there. I haven't taken it out of the machine yet. Just isn't connected, but it's still sitting in the drawer, in the case. Yeah, I'm thinking of upgrading the CPU on this. And the RAM eventually.
I don't think Nick even bothers fucking changing CPUs. He just builds a new PC.
He does.
Yeah.
He's still got that Threadripper.
Yeah.
It's rare that he gets to use it.
But he enjoys doing it. It's a hobby for him. So
Exactly.
Oh, and I need to go for a wee again.
Dabber spray.
I'm thinking that. Upgrading the CPU because I mean, one I've got is decent, but just not handling a lot the stuff that I'm doing. I'm getting a wee bit of latency after I open a certain amount of tracks in the DAW. Oh no, Bill, this thing's fucking decades old. This hard drive, it is decades old. And I don't think the company's still going, to be honest. It was, I don't know much about them anyway, but it was Western Digital.
No, they're still going.
Really?
Yeah, I've got a couple of their hard drives. Well,
I might look into it.
I've got a couple of their external drives.
Yeah, that's what this used to be. It used to be an external.
Yeah.
I'm
using
the
I'm wanting to that
USB.
Corey. Yeah, getting having a NAS drive, and then I can have both the PC and the laptop connected up to that NAS drive.
Okay. Cheers, Bill. What do you mean? What platform, Martin? And socket architecture? It's sockets. I don't have a clue. Data?
Noted, Corey.
Motherboards are ROG Strix 550, B550F Wi-Fi 2. CPUs a 5800X. 32 gig RAM. All SATA. Our PSUs are
square one.
an 800 P6 Platinum. If that answers. And certain cooler that has been disavowed by the Western world for reasons. Heat cool.
Yeah.
A bloody good cooler though.
It's all that
And
matters.
blows out air with a fridge.
Yeah.
This cold air that comes out the back of this is fucking ridiculous. So I don't know if that answered the question, Martin. See, that's what I thought, Bill. I said this to Nick. I was saying I want to upgrade it to 64 because I'm on 32 at the moment.
That shouldn't be causing an issue because I've only got 16 in this.
Yeah.
Well, that's 32.
Everywhere that I've looked at says 8 is enough.
Yeah.
Well, maybe not nowadays, but 16 should be more than enough for most modern DAWs.
Yeah.
That's 32 that's in there. That's why I'm thinking it's the CPU that's maybe just needing upgraded. Only issue there is, as soon as I upgrade the... what was that again? AMD. I have to check this now.
I prefer AMD over Intel, to be perfectly honest.
Yeah.
But it does depend what you use it for as well.
Yeah. AMD Ryzen 5800X, 8 core.
Yeah.
32 gig RAM.
I think yours is software, not hardware.
Could be.
Firmware.
Your software's gone.
All I know is I've never been able to get Reaper to work on. This is my second PC, and I've never been able to get Reaper to work on either of them.
Yeah.
That's unusual.
It'll install, it'll work, it just won't record for 58 minutes. You need to leave it recording for 58 minutes, and nothing will record until it hits that 58-minute mark, and then you'll get audio coming through. It's the strangest thing. It's something to do, it's a clock issue of some sort. Everybody that I've spoke to, both hardware guys, software guys, audio guys, nobody has, exactly, Corey, nobody has ever been able to get to the bottom of it. I even spoke to Ben Fricker, of all people, in his Discord.
Banging it on the side.
Huh?
Yeah.
Oh, the Fonzarelli touch? Yeah, I've tried that as well.
It is a strange one, though. It's like like this issue with your camera tonight. It's
something I need to update.
It doesn't.
Thing is,
there's
I use
something wrong
Armory
with
Crate.
Continuum.
Well, I use Armory Crate for all my. Oh, I know, Block. I know. If I had the money, I absolutely would. Talked about that before we went live. Bill, the first thing I done, I reset like 3 times before I came into the room with the guys. I use Armory Crate for all the software stuff.
Yep.
For the PC, auto updates now. So it's nothing to do with that. I updated the firmware and software for the camera. I updated OBS. That pretty much rules all.
As your, Armory Crate, have you done the motherboard software update?
It does it automatically. As soon as you go into Armory Crate, it brings up the list with everything that you can upgrade. And everything was greyed out. It was up to date.
It's not that.
No.
Because, mine's got Armory Crate on my laptop. So there's an issue somewhere.
No shit.
Yeah. It's fucked.
Yeah.
Tried overclocking the RAM or underfooting in the BIOS. I'll ask Nick and Dyer about that actually. I know I have got headroom to overclock. As he said, I could overclock the CPU as well. Not the CPU, the GPU. No, CPU. He said there's headroom for the CPU to be overclocked. Because it averages about 58 to 62 degrees Celsius.
Yeah, that's about right. Depending how warm it is in the house, obviously.
Quite fucking warm. I don't like a cold house. And even still, it's blowing cold air. I can't be arsed with that block. Paid money for Ableton, so fuck it, I've got it. I'm used to Ableton.
I'll be honest, Corey. I overclocking. I did overclocking, going back years, but nowadays I've never felt the need that any PC really needs to be overclocked.
I don't. I'm still getting an average of about 90 frames a second without overclocking. On ultra settings.
Some people, going back to the nameless person, seem to think that everything has to be overclocked and running like 6 gigahertz on the CPU. No, it fucking doesn't. What do you think the graphics card's for in gaming, you tit? The amount of arguments I've had with people like that over the years, trying to explain.
I don't see the point in doing it just for the sake of doing it.
Oh, look,
it's running perfectly fine on ultra settings without overclocking, so why bother?
Different to a car. If you're thrashing the fuck out of a car engine, eventually it's going to expire a lot quicker.
Mm-hmm.
That's what you do into a CPU. If you buy a decent CPU to start with, which you've got, and just run it stock, just keep it, maybe upgrade the cooler or something, if you want to, then, it runs it fine.
It's the thing, that's an air cooler as well.
Yeah, fair comment, Corey. Yeah. If you're doing 4K, which I know you do a lot of photography, don't you, and stuff. So yeah.
Yeah, if I was still doing the video editing all the time, used to, and the photography, I probably would be overclocking it. Because I used what was it called? Helicon. and it was a nightmare on my old card. I used to have a 720.
Yep.
720, and I could do a stack of 150 photos, and it would take the best part of an hour.
Yeah, I get that, Corey. I'm just more not speaking as much about necessarily your setup, but just more of like a general thing. It's overclocking is not as necessary. You might as well upgrade to the next. The next.
Not if you're just doing gaming. Games are optimized to run at a certain level, so there's no need to overclock. So if you're overclocking a gaming machine, you're doing it just for the fucking hell of it. I remember my PC mates back in the early 2000s as well. They'd literally have the case open. They'd be overclocking, and they'd have literal house fans, but 3 of them blowing air at this fucking thing just to keep it from going on fire.
Oh,
yeah.
Also, I was still in touch with some of these guys because, like, a couple of them were hackers as well. They knew their shit.
You could play Doom in high graphics.
Pretty much, yeah. Pretty much.
I remember the days when you could actually you'd overclock a PC, and you'd put your hand on the case at the back of the CPU, and you could actually nearly burn your hand on the CPU through the case.
You could cook fried eggs on it.
This machine, literally, one of my mates done it to one of my best mates' machine, because that is the game that he was playing at the time, was Doom.
Yep.
He just wanted it to run better frames. So they overclocked it, and like I said, they had about 3 house fans blowing at this thing. After it had been running for about 10 minutes, fucking heat in that room was shocking. But yeah, that's pretty much it, Martin. It's just fucking my cock's bigger than yours.
Yep.
That's exactly what it is.
The irony is, these guys are probably not even using proper monitors as well. They're probably playing on a fucking TV.
Yeah.
They're not even going to notice the frame rate. It's like, I've got to laugh at the fucking the PlayStation 5 when it was getting first released. They were boasting the resolution. And then you saw the frame rate. It was optimized for 60 hertz TVs. I'm like, the fucking point? Okay, that when you pause the game, it looks gorgeous. Hey, it looks gorgeous, but then you hit on pause and it's like
you could get mega high frame rates if you're on only 60 frames a second.
I mean,
exactly.
Okay, use a monitor for the PS5, and that's a different thing. But
PS6.
no, you're capable of seeing up to 8K normally, Bill. But 1080 is more than enough for most people.
Most decent gaming PCs on the 1080p now, you'd be able to get 100 frames plus easily.
I might do that actually, Martin. That's a good suggestion. That is actually a really good suggestion. Might do that. I'll get next time I'm in Discord with Nick, I'll get him to run me through it. So he knows exactly the right stress testers.
Oh, I've got some stress testers for you to run.
Like Cinebench GPUs, All that shite. Anyway, I need to go for a pee. My back teeth are floating.
Next week's show, G will be doing it off his laptop he's borrowed because of the BC's melted. Prime 94. Gwendolyn is a stress tester. Yeah, oh God.
Yeah.
It's enough to stress anybody.
Especially Alana.
Yep. I like Linux. I use Linux for ages.
Yeah, I've not used it for ages.
Helps when you know one of the guys who actually designed the Red Hat Linux.
Yeah, I've not used Linux since I was at bank.
Well, most of the business one was a Red Hat distro anyway. Well, Linux Red Hat, a lot of the design and programming it was done off a bloke in Salford. It was Dave. Salford Vapor. Dave did most of the programming on Red Hat. I'm giving his secrets away now.
The Salford Red Hat.
The Salford Hacker. More like hacking his lungs up nowadays, bless him.
Ooh, you know.
The old fart.
It is
another fucking mobile game. Fuck off.
You know, 3 hours 20. I think we'll call it a day because I think I need to check up on a certain beer wench. She's been quiet for a while.
Yeah.
So
she wasn't feeling so great.
No. If you guys want to say your goodbyes.
Yeah. Well, as I said, there are things coming and I have been working on them. So keep your eyes out on the channel, on my channel. Things are coming. Nearly finished. Finished 1 or 2. And I have my entry in for this year's Lord of the Rifts. I finally done one.
Yay!
Well, hurry up and get your entries in so that I can release fucking video. Aye.
Hold on, which hard drive? Is it on the hard drive that's gone down, or is it on the?
No, it isn't. It isn't.
Well, he's all right. I've got a copy, so he's all right.
Yeah.
This is true.
Yeah, another good show, actually. A random show. Surprise, surprise.
Not like us.
It always ends up that way. No, we're not talking about emulators. God's sake. Yeah, I shall be back at the weekend with Bill if he's still breathing, which he better be, or else he's sacked. We shall be back at the weekend waffling some more bollocks. Yeah, it's been a good show though. So I shall see you all later. Over to you, Lee.
Yeah, been another good one. I think we've put the world to rights as usual.
Yeah,
which is what we're here for. Yeah, thanks to everybody for coming. I know always keep it loud, keep it heavy.